this here sour cream. But tonight we're making Italian meatball subs with mac and cheese. Yeah, it'll be a little elevated. Let me get my parsley in order. So I got soaked breadcrumbs with milk, and then Parmesan, parsley, garlic, 1 egg, salt, pepper. Yeah, and you just mix it in together. It's the meatball mix is actually 30% pork and 70% beef. But you could also do a lamb, right? A lamb, like 30% lamb and 70% beef, or vice versa. But yeah, you want to get everything mixed up. I'll show you in a second what that looks like. It's going to be a good batch of, oh yeah, don't forget the egg. You want to get all the ingredients in there. You don't want everything sit. Moo? Moo. Ooh. You quit messing around, both of you. Alright, so here's the next part. How's everybody's good Saturday? Jesus was put into the grave after being sacrificed. And then tomorrow he'll be risen. I'll be going to church early in the morning. I'll wake up at 6. Get up. It'll start at 6. Get there by 6:40. Yeah, about 6:40 in the morning. Okay, so we're gonna roll these meatballs. Dr. Pepper. And you want to shape these meatballs decent size. That's a good size. You know, you don't want the small meatball. Try to make them, you know, cylindrical. Nice. Maybe that is a little bit too big. We're going to go smaller on the meatball. And those two bigger ones, man, those are goated. It's about the same size. Meatballs are holding together. That's not the tricky part. Cook them. Okay. And we're just going to keep on rolling until we run out of meat. So yeah, Yeah, the mix is garlic, parsley, Parmesan cheese, breadcrumbs, soaked in milk. Um, it says put a part of an egg, but I don't know, guys. That's kind of a waste of an egg, don't you think? Half an egg. That's monstrosity. Okay, so we got bigger, and then we start getting more uniform. Okay, here we are. Bam. So it looks like we're going to get about 8 meatballs out of this. So 8 or 9. Either way, extras are good. I think my sub will only hold 2 meatballs at a time, so should have made them a little bit smaller. But then again, yeah, should have, could have, would have. Can't complain. Meatballs, by the way. Sure, that was good. Sweet. Bam. Alright, so we got our meatballs. Got them all rolled up, ready to go. See that? Got 9 meatballs, so the next step is basically put that right there, and that later. Okay, so let me get the bigger pan out. Yeah. For these meatballs. Can't argue with myself there. We're gonna put that. Ow. We're gonna start searing the meatballs. It's gonna take about 2 minutes per side. Bam. Bam. So the 2 is for the size of mine, but you can do 1 or 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Get a little bit heated, and then we're going to plop. It's not hot yet. Okay. Now it's hot. And we're going to sear each ball 2 minutes per side. Bam, bam. Let's see if we can make some room for it here. Okay. We got no more meatballs. So I'm making a meatball sub with mac and cheese. I just throw the meatballs in the can. And what I want to do is either get my spatulas. We're going to do 2 minutes on each side. Yeah, once the timer goes, we'll flip, flip, flip. I'm just making the meatballs for right now, but I should get that tray ready because when the meatballs are done, I'm not gonna have the tray. Yeah, I'm making Philly, not Philly. I'm making meatball subs. Yummy, yummy for my tongue. How's your guys' weekend been so far? Hope it's been blessed and beautiful. Yeah, I was planning to go in the morning about 7 o'clock, or make it to 7 o'clock to church so I can partake in Easter service. And we're getting close to that sear being ready. Okay, we're going to flip these over. Flip each one over. Alright. Okay. Flip. Flip, flip. Okay. Yeah, you really want to let your meatballs sear. So while we're doing that, I forgot. Oh, I got a little bit of that. Yeah, I'll make it work. Okay. Should we get started on that? Oh no, because there's pizza. A good old friend, BB. Quarter cup. Gotta clean my measuring spoon. Alright, guys. Well, I'm making this sauce, the marinara sauce from scratch. So, yeah, everything's going to be from scratch. So you get to personalize your own meal and enjoy mine at the same time. Yeah. I don't see anybody in my chats yet, but we'll get to them, I'm sure of it. Yeah, I'm gonna make a banana Foster's cheesecake pretty soon. That's gonna be fun. Okay. So those smelling like they're ready. We're gonna do 2 more minutes. Flip them to one side. Once more. Yeah, they're not fully ready, so we're just gonna keep on browning them until we get all the meat inside cooked. They look like they're almost ready, but not really. And you can tell when they're almost ready, not really, because there's pink still showing on the outside. So if you can sear that right on each side. So, whew. Man, that was crazy. Okay. Well, that's cool. These grilled cherry tomatoes, you can store up to 5 days after opening them. Okay, time for that flip to go one more time. On the opposite side now. You know, because you don't want to have a mushy pink meatball. Kind of a deterrent for most people. This one's ready in here. Getting that good sear on the side there. Okay. Yeah, the bigger ones are going to take a little bit longer. Remember, the bigger the meatball, the longer it takes. Alright. So I think we got all the meatballs flipped. Okay, whatever. So, 14 ounces. We'll just do a half of that. We'll 22. Yeah, we'll do half of it. A little less than half. Okay. So these are about ready. Okay. So we got one. We got 2. You got 3. You got 4. 6, 7, 8, 9. Now for the fun part. Scrape the bottom here. Alright. Get all that extra beef bits from there. Because we're about to make that sauce, baby. Probably better option. So, garlic. We're gonna saute these onions a little bit, right? Remind me to get onions later, guys. Very fragrant. Killing smell. Oh yeah. I think that was enough garlic for onions to, pass by. So garlic. We're gonna throw in tablespoon. And then we're gonna mix that around. Get that real good Italian. We're not going to brown the garlic, but we are going to deglaze. Add a 1/4 cup of beef stock. Deglaze your pan, right? That beef stock adds that deglaze factor. And then so half of that. Okay, that's about half. Stupid box. So oregano. Apply it. Alright, oregano. Salt. Of course. Salt. Red pepper flakes. Because we like a little kick in our little pep in our step. Okay. And we're going to let it stir. We're going to sit. After we stir, we're going to let it simmer for a sec. sauce. Okay. Honestly, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Add in a little onion powder. Okay. We're gonna add in our tomatoes, right? We're gonna let them simmer for about 10 minutes. What I'm gonna do is just spoon some of the sauce over the meatballs. You know, tossing them around a little bit. Really enjoy the swim. That way, tomato sauce really takes in that flavor. Flip them around, like trade places, do all sorts of stuff with that. I'll let them simmer for about 10 minutes, you know. Alright, guys, enjoy your tomato bath. Hope you enjoy it very well. So those are going to simmer. I guess nobody wants to join me in this meatball expedition. Oh boy. Okay. So. We got this. Okay, so we're gonna get 2 cups of water, and this is gonna go for the mac and cheese that I'm about to do. It's about 2 cups of water. By the time that's finished, we're ready. This should be ready to boil. I'll do a little more. Let's see how the elbows are. We're gonna do that. And then add salt. Ow. Add salt. these on for 5 more minutes. Simmer. Al dente. Okay, so we're gonna take, and I think I'm gonna have to wash these. I'll wash them. Okay. Wash. Fuck's sake. Okay, well, I gotta redo all of that. Alright, I spilled my noodles. My noodles are all over. Let's get this missing before tragedy of ants start happening. How's your day going? Thank you for joining me. Just some macaroni. So, yeah, good stuff. And it seems like all day nobody's gone in my stream. A bit rough today, not gonna lie. Whoever is watching, I hope you're having a good time. Okay. Give it a shot. Give it one more shot. See what their deal is. Alright. I'm not going to wash our noodles though. We're just going to let them be. I don't think we need to wash them. I think more or less. Ready. Okay. Now onward to our mac and cheese. Alright, so what's next is toasty subs. Also, if you guys have anything in mind that you want me to make, I'd love, enjoy watching, let me know. I'm pretty much open to everything. You don't want to do it too early. Didn't even think that. But I'll use it later. Okay. Put everything away real quick. And then we got some of this Parmesan Romano Asiago. Very good stuff. I made some ranch too, which should be about ready if I'm not mistaken. toast our buns lightly. Let's make a game plan of that, because I like toasty buns. And I think just use that one. Get this all ready, because it's going to take about a couple seconds for that to start percolating. And you stir this. Yeah, we still need that saucepan. So, take my roll. Right. And just nice even with the melted butter. Okay. Chokes on me, guys. I got a freaking knife that doesn't spread. Anyway, I hope you guys are going to have a good Easter day. I hope you eat lots of food. Have fun. Because that's important. Yeah. Okay, so now we go about ready to boil. As soon as that starts about boiling, then I'm gonna be down to 10. I got extra breadcrumbs. I got extra meat there, some milk. Okay, they're not ready. They're never ready. Gotta get some whiskey, some black shell. Okay, yeah. Oh man. I post my food on other people's streams. Okay, yeah, no, we're gonna flip that back over then. And we're gonna do a light toast. Light toast, bam. You want it toasted, you want it delicious. Okay guys, so here we are. How's it going? I'm making Philadelphia, or I'm making meatball sandwiches, Italian meatball. I made the subs and I made the meatballs already. Here, let me show you. This is just the beauts. Look at those. Those are the meatballs. Oh yeah. And then we got mac and cheese. I'm toasting up my buns before we have to. Yeah, before we have to use the saucepan to make our cheese sauce, right? For prick's sake. Okay. You don't want to cooperate, fine. Boop. Cooperate. Anyway, so we got that going for us right there. And then after that's done, okay. Yep. And now we get to the timer, 10 minutes. No, I'll do 12. Now it's bubbling and simmering, and we got our, we got to get our noodles al dente, firm but soft, firm but soft. Okay, let's see what these, just whack that. Okay, yeah, that's good enough. So, let's get back to, much butter. That's essential. You gotta know how much butter you're milking. Mozzarella, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Okay, that's simple enough. I got everything. Oh my. Boy, Italiano. Okay. Flour. Go teaspoon. We're gonna do 2 of those. Hey, what's up, everybody? Finally came in. It's good to see that you're finally joining me. And I'm making mac and cheese and meatball sub. And right now I'm about to make the sauce for the mac and cheese. It says 1.5, but I'll do 2. So we got that. Half spoon and a half of flour. warm milk. The milk is already freaking warmed up. So we got that handled. Got the warm milk. Now for the flour. So a tablespoon and a half. Right. Tablespoon and a half. And then whisk that flour right into the butter. So we got our base. Okay, smooth sauce. And it says to whisk it in, so I'm going to get my beautiful, lovely new whisk to help me out. Thanks for showing up and supporting me, guys. Truly appreciate it. Okay, now we're just being silly and messing things up. Okay, we got our base now. Mozzarella. So we need to get mozzarella. And then we're making our cheese sauce right now. Alright, now we stir in our cheese. You know what? Add in a little more milk. Because we don't want our mac and cheese thick. We want to stir it in. With our pasta. It's a little too big. Add a little more butter. Okay guys, so there we are. That's our cheese sauce. And then alright. So I'm sure they're ready. But just to make sure. Alright. Taste test. Get all our stuff over here. That, there. Alright. Gotta wash everything else. How's your guys' Easter weekend? Okay. Yeah, they're ready. They are freaking done. Thank you for the like. Truly appreciate it. next we pull in our sauce with our cheese, right? Loose and creamy. Alright guys, let's do this. Mix our cheese. And I'm using mozzarella cheese, guys. Mozzarella and all that other fun goodness. So it's like a white cheddar kind of mac and cheese. And we're just stirring it. We're going to stir it until we feel like this is the stuff. This is the bee's knees. Okay. So here we go. Pan in the sink. Bam. And then I'm going to show you the assembly of the, what do you call it, subs. Okay. Yeah, all day I've been getting these brain farts. Make me feel older than I am. Bread. Bread. What's up? Okay, so here's our mac and cheese. Look at that. That's made from scratch. You can't get that with crap. Hell no. Alright, so we're going to get our plate. Right? Right here. We're going to get a toasty little spot right there. Nestled between everything. Put that up in a second. Right. Let's get everything together before I start eating. Okay, so you ready for that assembly? Put W in the chat if you're ready for this assembly. Because I'm showing you that's what's up. That's our meatballs. There's our mac and cheese. Let's get to it. So we're gonna start with our meatballs there. We're gonna let them stay so we're going to get one of these meatballs, and should have kept the clammy clams. Okay, clammy clams. Yeah, I should have thought about that before I put them in the sink, but I'm going to wash it off real quick, and then we're going to get to this assembly. That sauce is made from scratch. So is the meatballs. I'm gonna get, let's get this one, right? That one. That one. And this one. Alright guys, you ready? So, yeah, that's there for a sec. We're going to get meatballs. Cut up and down, right? Pretty solid. Okay. let me take off that timer. What we're going to do next is get our spoon. Not there. From here. And we're going to take our tomato sauce, right? Oh yeah. And we're just going to, like so. Here's a drizzle. Right. Really to get that sauce in there. Alright. And then, let's see. That way a little bit. Sauce dripped. But we're good. We're working. We're doing stuff. Wipe that plate clean. Because presentation is important, so keeping everything that isn't a part of the dish clean, precise, you know, it's a little more professional. Okay, so we got some Parmesan Romano Asiago. The frick, I know I'm not that smart there, but come on, you're gonna, there we go. Right? That's how you do it. That's how you do it, boys. That's how you do it. It's not the size of the ship. Ocean of the ocean. I'm just joking. Okay. So now we got our stuff. Alright. And let me show you the meatball sub. What do you guys think? Does that look good or what? Now for the best part. Now we get our mac and cheese, right? Get our meatball sub a little backed up. Clear that off. I still have to cook that, so I'm going to get that ready for the dogs. We're going to have chicken, pork, beef, all in one mixture, and rice. Alright guys. Touch. Yep. I made my own ranch. So, yeah. Manny boo boo. And then, hold on, for garnish, little parsley on top. Woo! I think we're done. I think that's the end of the meal. Okay, folks, so this is it. This is the result. Yeah, and that container right there is homemade ranch, which I made from my homemade mayonnaise. Look at that. That's just batty. That's a fatty with a batty, or a batty with a batty, vice versa. We're going places. Alright, folks. Well, I hope you guys have a good night. Happy Easter. I think I'm going to do a stream tomorrow, later in the day. Probably past noon. And, yeah, I'll figure something out for us. Let me get my bill preps for people. Okay. So yeah, I have these containers. You can get them at Safeway for about $8. Put your meal in there, and people will get food. It's also good for work. You make something. Yeah, and then I'll be making a banana Foster's cheesecake soon. Anyway, much love for you guys. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the sacrifice that you made, for us to be free from sin, and thank you for everything that you've done for us. And you watch over us today and tomorrow and anytime in the future, Lord. Take the grace over us. Bless us, Lord, and guide us, Lord, to you. In your name I pray. And I praise. Amen, Lord Jesus. Well, you guys have a good night. And, yeah, thank you.